It makes sense as to why we have a loneliness epidemic. Sorry about my white legs here, but I wanted to talk about something that is going on in the dating scene that hasn't really been talked about, and it's really frustrating to deal with. I'm not going to publicly talk about the stories that I've come across with names and references, but I do want to mention that there is a really big problem in dating right now, which is like the constant trauma that both sides are dealing with that make it just so undesirable to have a relationship. Now, if you don't know, I am bisexual, so I've had experiences with both parties. But before I bring that up, I want to talk about just dating apps in general and how bad they have become over time. I've been using dating apps since the late 2010s, and it used to be fun. You used to be able to communicate with other people, meet up, date, and have fun. But in today's time, there is a lot of AI, there are a lot of bots, and on top of that, if you pay to play, you are wasting your money because that does not go away at all. I think there's so much trauma behind, the dating scene that it tends to be like tiring to deal with on a day in and day out basis. This is such a controversial video, but when I say that the amount of women that have come forth and told me all of this toxic stuff that they've dealt with, especially with men, it is no wonder why there is a loneliness epidemic going on. What are we doing as men? Like, why are we treating women in such a toxic and vile way? I do think that we've all had our own toxicity throughout life, but if you've grown out of it and you've seen how much of an impact you can make on others, whether it be negative or positive, then why not use that for a different experience? I'm by no means a saint. There are a lot of things that I work on a day-to-day basis, and I believe that people should do that sort of thing before they get into a relationship. That sounds toxic to say, but that's just some of the stuff that I've dealt with. I think that jumping from one relationship to another does not benefit yourself at all. If you're seeking that type of love, look within yourself, because you'll find that a lot of things that you are wanting from the other person are there within you. And something like that takes a lot of time. There are people that been in relationships for years, but they had to work on this same situation with the other person involved, which can get to the point of like divorce. And that's if the other person's not willing to grow with that person. There is indeed a problem with how men treat women, especially now. Like, it's gotten worse. Like, we have regressed in time, then progressed in time. And it's getting to the point where women just have no say as to who they are as a human being. And that in itself is just so toxic, and it's so backwards to what society should be. This has carried into how I'm thinking about things, especially with dating, which is that, are we really lonely, or are we just not understanding the situation that we should treat each other the way that we want to be treated? The amount of people that I've interacted with that have told me that they were in such a toxic environment and they're trying to seek something better is like so concerning within dating. It tells you what is truly going on. People are not being heard about this. Now, obviously, I've been in both sides, so I've heard it, and I think that it's just like one of the scariest things to deal with. And I don't know how we got to this point. Are there times where I feel lonely? Yes, there are a lot of times where I feel lonely. There are a lot of times where I'm in my 30s and I wish that I could possibly have a family, but at the same time, I want people to explore themselves before they jump into like something that could be toxic, or you could be toxic yourself. You need to learn, you need to grow, you need to be better for the person that comes into your life. And it's not to say that like those people can't grow with you, because we're always changing, we're always evolving, we're always learning about ourselves. But the person that comes along should get the best of you during that time, and it should always get the best of you on your journey throughout life. This video is very hard to make because I'm not like the perfect person person to talk about the situation. I think that I struggle with letting people close, but at the same time, that can also be okay in the moment. We all need to learn about ourselves, we all need to progress about ourselves, and we all need to love ourselves. With that being said, what have you seen in the dating world? I'm out here on my vacation, I'm enjoying the waves, I'm enjoying the sun. Like, obviously these legs need some sun, but what do you see within the dating world that can be changed, and what do you see that you could change within yourself?